What's up everybody and welcome to the LG G Watch R review. So released at IFA Berlin, the G Watch R has received a ton of attention. Featuring an ordinary watch interface and some incredible power, the G Watch R puts itself right at the top of its competition. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and let's get straight into this. So it's been just over a year now and smartwatches have dominated the market. Samsung, Sony, Motorola, Pebble. These are just a few of the manufacturers who have taken the smartwatch idea and turned it into something glorious. Now it's LG's turn. Here we have the LG G Watch R. So let's take a quick rundown through the specs. The G Watch R faces you with a stunning 1.3-inch POLED full circle display, giving you a 320 by 320 resolution. From my experience, I must admit the display looks incredibly sharp and crisp. This is of course due to the 245 pixels all packed together in a 1.3-inch display. Now, to answer the very controversial question, is the display really a full circle? Well, yes it is. Unlike the Moto 360, the G Watch R features a complete circle of a display without any cut-off sections for sensors. Now, in the heart of the smartwatch, you'll find a powerful Snapdragon 400 processor with a clock speed of 1.2 GHz, also supported with 512 MB of RAM. Now, with the Snapdragon 400 processor and that amount of RAM, the word lag cannot be associated with this smartwatch. It's extremely powerful and easily matches up to some of its competition. The watch also carries 4GB of internal memory, which isn't upgradable, and a large 410 mAh battery, which has actually lasted me 2 whole days on a single charge, and it's currently on 23%, which is pretty good considering I have been using it constantly. Sliding through the menus is honestly a breeze on this smartwatch, and I really can't believe it can get any faster. Design and durability, oh yes, this smartwatch really is one of a kind. When I decide to leave this smartwatch in its default watch faceplate, many people approach me and ask what watch am I wearing, and they're obviously thinking, this is a very unique watch. And then the unbelievable happens. I slide up and enter into the world of Android Wear. So in order for this watch to function, you will need to pair it with your Android device, which must be Android 4.2 or higher. All you need to do is head over to the Google Play Store and download the Android Wear app, which is free, and you're pretty much good to go. You will, however, need a constantly active Bluetooth connection. Now, with the link to a smartphone allows notifications from apps and missed calls and texts to be pushed through to the watch. What shocks most people, however, is the imitation of an ordinary watch. LG have gone ahead and included watch-like markings around the bezel of the smartwatch, alongside with a button at the side. Most people I've come across truly believe that that button is the area where you adjust the time as you would on an ordinary watch, not knowing that this watch is actually linked to a smartphone and that button dims and lights the display. Now, moving on to the leather straps, I honestly have to say that LG perfected this. I can easily rate the comfort 10 out of 10 on this smartwatch. It really has something about it that keeps my wrist nice and snug, and at the same time it looks incredible around my wrist. It's probably because they included genuine leather, which I have to say looks really nice. It was a perfect touch by LG, and I honestly feel that it's a whole lot more comfortable than the strap on my G-Shock. The physical faceplate consists of all metal, giving it this really sturdy and solid feel, and as you could imagine, makes the watch feel very premium. So I've been asking myself over and over again, how has my first experience been with the LG G Watch R? Also bearing in mind that this is actually my first ever smartwatch, and I have to say straight off the bat, it's been incredible. The whole experience of notifications pushed through to a watch alongside little control of your actual smartphone still amazes me. There has been a few downsides where I would try to, move kind of out of what they've just given you on the smartwatch. For example, I may want to reply to a tweet on Twitter, and it does give me the option to reply on the smartwatch, and it does use the OK Google feature where you have to basically talk to the smartwatch. But there are moments where I would like to put an exclamation mark, I would like to use other forms of punctuation, and the watch doesn't allow me to, simply because you are talking to it. So there are a few limitations on the smartwatch, But I have to say the Android Wear, you know, software is of course still in its early stages, and it has a whole lot more developing to do. I have to admit, however, this smartwatch also brings some really cool extra features, such as the heart rate sensor. Now, I'm not too sure if this is, you know, 100% accurate. I tested my heart rate after I'd performed an activity, and obviously my heart was beating pretty fast, and I think it displayed something like 78 beats per minute. But then I tested my heart rate again when I was much more chilled out and relaxed, and it displayed something like 80 beats per minute. So, you know, I was a bit confused. It's obviously not 100% accurate. I'm not sure if it needs a specific collaboration or you need to use it in a certain position or something like that, but yeah, it wasn't too accurate. However, it also features a 9-axis motion sensor, and also the IP67 water and dust resistance. So yes, resistance, not waterproof. If you do throw it in water, there is a chance that it will break. So if I had to conclude this smartwatch for someone who was maybe looking to buy a smartwatch but they weren't too sure whether to go with Samsung or Sony or you know, all the other manufacturers, personally I would say give it a while, and you know, definitely head down to the shops and take a look at what you prefer the most. I know for a fact that straight off the bat, I have to say, and you know, not being a fanboy or anything, I prefer the Samsung smartwatch over the LG G Watch R, simply due to the fact that the Samsung smartwatch actually allows you to do a whole lot more. The Samsung Gear S features all kinds of news features, which actually displays news for you. It also, I'm bearing in mind, this watch is actually a whole lot more expensive than the LG G Watch R, but the Samsung smartwatch just allows you to do a bit more than the LG G Watch R, and that for me alone is, you know, enough to convince me to go with the Samsung smartwatch, especially for the price you pay. The LG G Watch R costs in the UK, I believe £260, that's with tax and VAT and stuff like that. And the Samsung Gear S, which actually hasn't been released yet, but when it is, it will cost around £350, which is a lot of money for a smartwatch, I have to say. And you know, if you're spending that amount of money, you obviously do have a bit of money to spend, but it's definitely down to your personal preference and what, you know, how much you're going to use your smartwatch. I found myself kind of you know, occasionally heading over to the smartwatch to, you know, play around and stuff like that, and it really does turn a lot of heads. A lot of people ask, whoa, what's that on your wrist, what's that? And yeah, it definitely stands out from the crowd. It's definitely not your ordinary watch. But in terms of, if you already know much about smartwatches and you're in the market, you're looking for one, I would definitely say go to the shop and check it out for yourself, because you may find out that, you know, the G Watch R isn't for you, and you may find out that maybe it's a Pebble smartwatch that's for you, or you know, it's another Motorola smartwatch or something like that. So definitely head down to the shop and check out the watch for yourself. So anyway guys, this has been Ultimate Reviews with the LG G Watch R review. I hope you've all enjoyed the video. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I will be bringing you guys a Sony Smartwatch 3 unboxing and review in just a few days to come. Other than that, I will see you all in the next video hopefully. Have a great day guys. Peace.